Oh, hey, how you doing? It's Monday, except something is different this time. Have you any idea what has changed? I have a mother-loving green screen now. Who told you that buying bed sheets from Target and hanging them on your wall would constitute a green screen? The internet doesn't lie! Dumbass. Anyway, this week's topic is to talk about times when we have caused a scene in public or done something crazy in public. Thank you, Jonathan. Was it Jonathan? John? It could have been John. Was it John? I should know this by now. Yeah, you really should. Go away! So causing a scene in public. Not really something that I do, or have done really, but there are times where I was involved in a scene that I didn't necessarily cause. For instance, I've been in counting 5 car accidents. No, I was not the driver in any of those 5 car accidents. And yes, they did happen in the span of 3 years. Nevertheless, car accidents tend to cause a scene, and they tend to happen in public. So, today we will be discussing my first 2 car accidents. So I was on the way to soccer practice with my mom and my sister. So here's my mom's car, and pretend there's an imaginary line of traffic right here. This person right here waved my mom over to cut through, and there's a shoulder right here that turns into a turning lane for you to go right into like the little shopping center. And there's a line of cars here, an opening. This person waves my mom to go through because she can't see past the other cars, and someone was getting impatient because they were all stopped at a red light. So they bloop bloop, that's the sound cars make, while my mom was skirting, and then it hit like right here, the impact was here. My mom was obviously driving, my sister was here, I was right here, and there was a radio in between us. So the car had accelerated really fast, and it was going fast, and then hit us, and we were going that fast, and we were already turning this way. So when he hit us, this like part of the car like went bye-bye. It's gone. It's just, it wasn't even, boom, it was gone. We ended up on the curb, and the radio in the back seat hit my hip and then smacked my sister in the face. Why am I laughing? Smacked my sister in the face. My mom got whiplash, and I was fine, perfectly fine. So I got out of the car, because it was my first car accident. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. As soon as our car landed on the curb and came to a complete stop, my ass was out. I remember it so clearly. As soon as the car landed, I looked at my sister, I looked at my mom, I flipped the door up, and I was... Lucky for me and anyone driving at that time, traffic was stopped. And the way the car accident happened, the wreckage was upstream, if you will, meaning that even if there were cars coming, they wouldn't get past the wreckage to get to me. Not that they were trying to get me. Or maybe they were. Yeah, so that was that was a scene, that was a sight to see. I'll paint the picture. You're in traffic, you're with your friends and or your family, going to a movie theater and or sit-down restaurant, and all of a sudden you hear a giant-ass screech, boom! And you see this little kid running across a lane of traffic. That's a sight to see. If that were me watching, I would be like, what the fuck? Granted, I didn't cause the scene, but I like to think I enhanced it. Car accident number 2. I was coming home from a soccer game. I was about 11, and I got to sit in the front seat because we won the game. We were at a stoplight in front of a line of cars, behind a line of cars, and we were the last one in the line of cars. And all of a sudden, the truck in front of us is on us. I'm gonna spare you the details, but the one thing that I contributed to the scene was that I was trapped in the car screaming, kicking the door to try to get out, because the way we were hit, we were hit at like 60 miles per hour, and there was a pickup truck in front of us, and my mom had a 2-door like probe, so the car was like, and the doors went like that on either side, so they were wedged and they like crunched together so we couldn't get out. I was calm, but then once I realized I couldn't get out of the car, I was like, ah! And I'm slamming my soccer cleats against the side door. It's unlocked, and I'm pulling the handle back, kicking the door, and this passerby randomly comes out, and he's like pulling while I'm kicking and screaming. In both instances, I kind of made things worse by freaking out and losing my cool. I was a pretty high-strung little boy, and I was kind of nervous all the time, so it really freaked me out. So, screaming ensued. But after the 3rd or 4th car accident, I kind of got used to it. Scourge, boom! Mom, can I get out of the car? What other scenes in public have I made or contributed to? I went to public school, does that count? You better count it. Yes, I think it should count. My sophomore year of high school, I can say that now because I've graduated. My sophomore year of high school, I was at rehearsal for a theater performance, and I wasn't feeling too great, but I was sitting on a chair listening to my friends sing, and I had my head down, and I was just staring at the floor. All of a sudden, my friend's voice sounded really far away, and then the floor started disappearing. Next thing I know, I'm looking up at my teacher, who's smacking me in the face. Yes, that's right, I fainted like a little girl. Everyone got really scared and worried, and the piano stopped playing, and everyone ran around me to circle up and see if I was okay. And that's natural and altruistic and everything, but it was pretty dramatic. And then 3 of my friends walked me around the corner out of the classroom into a locker bank so I could sit down and catch my breath and everything while the rehearsal continued. Rehearsal? Bitch, did I stutter? Yeah, you did. Oh. It was just a perfect storm of circumstance because when I got to the locker banks, the freaking fire alarm goes off. And it's not one of the nice fire alarms that flash and say, please exit the building. It's the loudest noise on the face of this planet. It scares me every time. It scares everybody every time. I remember looking up at the ceiling, trying to catch my breath, and then the next second, I was looking down at the floor and there was this loud ass noise. So, I passed out again because the fire alarm scared the shit out of me. The crying turns into bawling. My friends just start bursting out in tears because they think I'm fucking dying. And everyone's supposed to evacuate, so they take passed out ass Michael and lift him up and try to take him out of the building. Let go, you guys, I can walk. There you go. Thanks again, guys. So we get outside and they tell me to lay down, and I'm really pissed off at this point because I've just fainted twice like a bitch at theater rehearsal. So I'm laying down on the ground outside while the fire alarm's going off, and all my friends and my director and our pianist / musical accompanist is outside just standing around me like, are you okay? Oh my god! Is he gonna die? I don't want you to die. Bitch, get off the ground! And as if that wasn't bad enough, in the distance, I see 3 figures walking towards our group. The principal and 2 administrators. And she comes up to me, down to me rather, because I'm on the floor. And she gets really close. And she takes both of my hands like this. She comes up to me, and she does this. James, are you okay? My name's Mike. Is your belt on too tight? I'm not wearing a belt. Did you eat today? Why are you touching me? How many fingers am I holding up? Who's the president? Who isn't the president? Are you familiar with Fergie? What? She's asking me a whole bunch of questions, and I'm just sitting there shaking like a leaf, and then an ambulance rolls up, and then all my friends burst out into more tears, and everyone's freaking out, and my dad shows up right as the ambulance shows up, and it was such a scene. And as if that wasn't bad enough, apparently it was Nobody Get Hurt Tuesday, because when I got to the hospital, there were no other patients. So as they took me in on my lifted gurney, all the attention was on me. You think that seeing a person crying with an IV in their arm would be normal for doctors? Not this hospital. Someone with a medical emergency is entering a hospital? Let's all stare at him! Yeah, because I've never seen this before! So those are my 3 public scenes. I've never purposely caused a scene. Although I probably should have for this video. I should have just taken my camera to the mall and punched a baby in the food court or something to see how people would react. That's really fucked up, isn't it? So yeah, while I haven't caused a scene in public on purpose, I have done crazy things in public on purpose. Important purposes. One to embarrass my sister, and the other to save my life. So my sister and I were in San Francisco visiting family, and we're down by the marina, and we decided that we want to walk to the beach. I forget what she did, but it really pissed me off, and I decided to make her pay for it. I'll let her tell you, because it impacted her more than it impacted me, so she'll probably remember more, and she's in the other room, so I'll go get her. Don't leave. I'm serious. If you get up and get a snack, I will kill you.